Hello guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you about Loki dealing with negative emotions and kind of listening to him when you're in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain today. Had not dealt with what happened in town as well as I thought I did, and some stuff came up in the game and I just felt terrible, and I actually ended up quitting on the other channel because everything has just been too much. I had to take a knee. And this little guy, I was so angry and so hurt, I wanted to play a genocide run. I wanted to see if I could do it in the game. This little guy, you see this cute little guy here? This cute little guy? That's Fun Time Freddy. He is a little cinnamon bun in the real. There's a part where you can salvage him. And the first time I played it, I didn't hurt him at all. And, you get like a zapper to zap them. And I wouldn't hurt him at all because I love him. And of course he jumped at me and then he was loose. And so this time I went nuts and I zapped him at least 15 or 20 times. And you're told that if you zap him over 3 times, you really damage your salvage value. And I didn't care. I was actively trying to destroy him. And after I zapped him all those times and I got all my rage and my anger out, this little cinnamon bun says, "Thank you for letting me join the family. I'll try not to disappoint." And I almost started crying at my desk. I almost started crying at my desk because I treated him so evilly. I was taking out all my pain and rage and frustration on him, which is why I advocate video games, because they help you get that stuff out. And I took it out on this little tiny cinnamon bun that never hurt anybody. Of course he did come in my office and destroy me, but he actually didn't. In a way, because he's programmed to do certain things, and he really didn't come to destroy me. He thought we were going to be one big happy family. And I started to cry. I had to quit the game. I started to cry. I'm like, the only person that wants me in this world right now is this little guy right here. And he doesn't look like this in the game. He's like 9 foot tall animatronic, and he's all busted up at this point. He's, And I was just sitting here crying, and Loki's like, "Are you better?" I'm like, "Yeah." So Loki came up with a way for me to deal with the emotions, to deal with feeling rejected, to deal with feeling hurt that I put as much work into my videos, yet I don't break 100 videos and some well-off, already on the top person on YouTube that YouTube promotes gets several million views per video. And I just, I had just lost it and I took it all out in a little cinnamon bun. But Loki knew I needed that poison out of my system. He knew I needed the rage out of my system, and it was better I went into a video game and did it to a poor little innocent character than, to get out on people in real life. I mean, I lost it on Facebook and I lost it on the other channel, but I wasn't like telling people to die or anything, but I was screaming at him. That's why I told people on the other channel, I'm like, "You're not seeing the video of what I did to him." And I just, I felt terrible. Because I always kind of thought, from the way his voice is done by the voice actor, I know he's not. But I always like to kind of think that he's a gay character. And when a gay person has been rejected and there's a gay character, sometimes it can be very... And yeah, that was not my finest hour. But Loki knew I needed to get it out. And sometimes we do need to get those negative emotions out. And if you work with him, he'll come up with unique ways for you to do it. I was trying music and it wasn't working. Usually music works for me. It wasn't working. I was trying walking and it wasn't working. I fed myself today, but, food wasn't doing it. And just, he knew that if I went in there when I was that hurt and that angry, and I hurt a little tiny cinnamon bun that I love more, than I would love my own children, because I can't have any, but he's my little baby. I hurt my little cinnamon bun. He knew that would break me out of it, because he knew I would break down into tears after I hurt him, because I hurt him that much, and then all he does is he thanks me for the opportunity to join the family, and I'm just sitting there crying. And if Scott ever sees this, he's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I made my viewers cry." Well, not viewers, gamers, but yeah. And so it was good. I needed to get all that out, and sometimes we need to. Take advice from me. Do not run away from your feelings. Get to a safe place, but deal with them. Not so much that Loki will force you. He let me play run away from my feelings. I thought I had dealt with it when I talked about it on the channel. And I hadn't, because I dealt with it up to that point, but I hadn't dealt with the day-to-day of, naturally wanting to go see other people and then being like, oh yeah, they'd rather I'm dead. How did I ever forget? And I'm like, oh, I'd like to be able to go out and shop and see people. Why do they have to hate me? And Loki said, you're too good for your own good, because, maybe because I was abused, or maybe because it's just my nature. I'm willing to forgive people an awful lot of crap. If I'm finally to the point where I won't forgive you, then you've done it, and you've done it repeatedly, or you've done it on the right day, one of the two. And I was ready to forgive and forget, and then I'm like, I didn't know if I felt safe, and I didn't know if I could take the humiliation of going into a store and not being waited on, or being laughed at, or being spat on, or whatever else they might do. I don't know what they'll do. I might go up there and they might not even remember, and they might not, do anything, but I couldn't, and it broke my heart, and I felt like a coward and a loser. Why do I have to be gay and everything else? And I was even asking Loki, I'm like, why do I have to be gay? What's wrong with me? Why couldn't I be straight? And that is a thing gay people do go through, at least gay people my age. We were not accepted, and sometimes it really sucks to be gay. It does. And so, yeah. So I know this character's not gay, but he's my little gay bear. And I took it out on the poor little cinnamon bun because, I totally lost it, but it was preferable for me to do that than to take it out on another human being. And if you work with Loki, he'll help you find your thing to do. Maybe exercise does work for you. Usually it works for me. Maybe music does work for you, and usually that works for me too. But today it was a video game. It was picking on a poor little innocent bear that, all he actually really ever did in the first part of the game was jump at me, but I was going to take it out on the poor little thing. So Loki had me do that because that was preferable to me hurting myself or hurting anyone else. So if you're working with Loki and you are going through a really rough time, first, please remember there are centers you can call. If you don't know, just type into Google or Bing or whatever you use. Or call the operator and say, I need help, please. Who do I call? And, work with Loki. Work with whoever you have to work with. Loki is not the kind of god to punish us for working with anyone. If you wanted to go work with Yahweh and the angels and the saints, he's not going to care less. He's about the right tool for the right job. He's kind of anarchist, kind of, chaotic that way. He doesn't care what tool you have to use as long as you get the job done and you're not hurting yourself, and preferably you're not hurting other people. I mean, well, maybe really bad people. I'm kidding, don't hurt anybody. But, yeah, so that was a tool he used with me. He had me go into a video game and he had me take out my aggression, and that's why I've always liked video games, because I can be having a really bad day and want to cry and want to fight with someone. And I can go in the video game and get it out of my system, and then I'm not going to go punch someone in the nose the next time somebody says something. But yeah, guys, it's emotionally healthy to reach breaking points. It is. It happens to all of us. We can take so much stress and then we're And if you work with Loki, he will, get the emotions out of you, either a good way or a bad way. And good way just didn't work today. Maybe there was something sacred about the bad way having to work. And now I feel really bad that I don't feel devastated, but I do feel bad that I hurt the little cinnamon bun that never hurt me, but I had to get it out of my system. It was, it was going to kill me or it was going to hurt someone else. So I'm glad that that was available outlet. And that would be my message for you guys too, that if you're working with Loki and you need these emotions out of you, and if you need them out of you because they're making you feel like crap, deal with them. I'm not a therapist, so I can't talk to you and help you through it, but find someone, talk to a therapist. If they won't listen, go find another therapist. I know it's hard, I know it's not easy, I've been there. But if you do need help, please go get it. I don't want anybody that watches this channel or the other channel getting hurt. Well, trolls can go get hurt. But, other than that, I do not want people getting hurt because you think that, I was raised to think showing emotions were weak, that if I cried, I would be given something to cry about. And you are surprised at how much of it you internalize, even though you know better. I mean, emotions aren't weak. Emotions are what makes us strong as a species. And, crying is natural. Everyone cries. So, yeah, just don't be me. Don't try to hold everything in and be brave and be alright. Deal with your emotions as they come up accordingly and work with Loki. And if you can't work with Loki, work with whoever you need to. If you need to make someone up, make a tulpa up, or you need to work with Santa Claus or Jesus Christ or whoever you need to work with, I don't care. Work with them, Loki's not going to hurt you or hate you or anything else for needing someone else to work with. So, if you guys like what you see, and I can speak English, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.